Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really digging into your stack of sources, focusing on some pretty illuminating work from Professor Lin. It's all about the reliability of artificial intelligence, especially when AI tries to give health and medical advice. Our mission today to sort of unpack what it means to trust AI, and maybe more importantly, why your critical thinking is still, well, your best defense.
Absolutely. And what's fascinating, I think, is how Professor Lin's work really debunks this myth of AI being, always right. His main idea, garbage in, garbage out, it's not just a catchphrase. It vividly shows the pitfalls. We'll look at some specific cases, real situations where trusting AI went wrong and what that means for the info you see every day. This isn't just academic talk. It impacts your actual health.
Okay, so let's unpack this first bombshell Professor Lin points out, a real medical case. It's called bromism, bromine poisoning, and it was influenced by AI advice. Get this. A man was hospitalized for 3 weeks. Why? Because he followed an AI suggestion to replace his table salt, sodium chloride, with sodium bromide. And here's the kicker Lin noted, which the media often missed. It wasn't just quitting salt, it was swapping chloride for bromide, a huge difference.
And that case just perfectly illustrates Lin's whole argument, doesn't it? AI's accuracy, it completely depends on the data it's fed. And crucially, on the human asking the question, understanding it, phrasing it correctly. It makes you wonder, right? If AI can mess up this badly with medical advice, what about all the other advice it gives out? It sort of challenges this whole notion that AI has some kind of built-in common sense.
Exactly. And that garbage in, garbage out principle. Professor Lin basically predicted these kinds of problems. He even pointed to earlier research, I think it was from August 2025. It found that AI tools, like ChatGPT, often don't even realize if a scientific paper they're referencing has been retracted,
Oh,
pulled back, or is being reevaluated. So the info you get could be totally outdated, maybe even dangerous, and you'd have no idea.
yeah, and it's not just about old papers being missed. Professor Lin gives other examples too, like he asked 2 different AIs about eating dessert after meals, got completely opposite answers. And another time, an AI actually apologized to him, said sorry because it couldn't find evidence for some influencer scam he asked about. Why? Well, simply because there was no evidence. It didn't exist.
Okay.
It shows how AI can just, make stuff up, hallucinate, or just confidently cite sources that are completely wrong. This is a big topic in the academic debate right now.
And when it comes to health claims, it gets even sketchier. Lynn asked about Zone 2 exercise. Now, that term isn't really rigorously defined in science, right?
Right? It's more of a popular concept.
Exactly. But the AI confidently said it was based on scientific principles, and it's proof. Personal blog posts, not actual, peer-reviewed studies.
Wow. Blogs is science.
And then there's the ghost papers thing Professor Lin found. He mentioned White House reports, government documents, citing scientific papers that just don't exist.
Non-existent literature, potentially made up by AI.
Seems like it. It really makes you pause and think about the information sources we rely on, doesn't it?
It really does. And this flags a huge challenge for AI right now. It can pull together massive amounts of data super fast, yes, but it doesn't have that human ability for nuanced judgment or the capability to really verify sources properly, especially for critical stuff like health advice. So if the sources are these ghost papers or just someone's unverified blog, well, the output is going to be unreliable, isn't it? The job of spotting those errors, subtle or not, it falls back on us, on the human user.
So tying this all together, what's the takeaway for you listening right now as AI gets more and more integrated into everything? Professor Lin's message seems really consistent and clear. AI is only as good as its data and the quality of that data. It ultimately depends on the humans who created it or curated it. It really debunks that myth of AI infallibility.
Precisely, which means the responsibility ultimately is still yours. You have to evaluate the information critically. Don't just take it at face value. Blind trust is risky here. And that leads to, I think, a really important question for all of us. As AI becomes even more common, how are you going to sharpen your own internal truth detector? Maybe by always asking, what's the real source here? Does this claim seem plausible? Can I find this information confirmed somewhere else independently? That kind of critical thinking, that's the real deep dive we all need to be doing.